This 800-year-old bridge is constructed out of slabs of granite that are 4.5 metres long and each weigh 8 tonnes. Find out where this impressive medieval feat of human endeavour is in just a moment. On today's show, I'll be helping a couple turn their back on town living and employ traditional skills to build their future in the country. Our first house casts a spell over our buyers.
It's magic, isn't it?
But later, our house hunt turns things on its head.
No clues from the outside at all what was happening inside.
Exactly, yes. Today I'm in Devon, and this is the Post Bridge, Clapper Bridge, which is right in the heart of Dartmoor. It was built in the 13th century, and it was one of the main crossing points for pack horses laden with tin on their way across the East Dart towards Tavistock. It now stands very proudly next to its modern counterpart, which was built in the 1780s, and they're both very good examples of the heritage that this county is home to. Bordering Cornwall to the west and Somerset to the east, Devon is England's third largest county. Within its borders, the South Hams district stretches from Torquay to the outskirts of Plymouth. Falling within a designated area of outstanding natural beauty, its dramatic sandstone cliffs make up part of South Devon's heritage coast. Along its 50-mile stretch, there is some hugely diverse scenery to take in, from the golden beaches of Slapton Sands to the tree-lined Dart estuary and the pretty village of Stoke Gabriel. Sheltered by the granite uplands of Dartmoor National Park, South Hams enjoys one of the mildest climates in Britain. Inland, this is deepest Devon country, a landscape defined by hedgerows and the richly wooded valleys of the Avon and the Dart. All in all, this part of Devon presents a timeless picture of what many believe to be rural England at its finest. The beauty and popularity of the county is reflected in Devon's house prices. The average detached house here costs £287,000, which is £33,000 above the national average. And in some places, the difference is even greater. In South Hams, which is the most pricey district, places like Salcombe or Dartmouth, you're going to be paying double the normal house price. However, if you go west towards Plymouth or up on the fringes of Dartmoor, your buck goes a little bit further. And wherever you are in the county, the heritage is reflected in a wide variety of housing styles. It's easy to spot the particular features that define properties here in South Devon, one being the predominance of hung slate. Hanging these thin tiles on stone houses makes them waterproof. It's like placing a roof on the side, protecting the building from the coastal elements. This lovely 3-bedroom detached house in Dartington is on the market for £395,000. Many coastal villages and towns which started life as busy ports back in the 16th century were transformed and gentrified as they became popular seaside destinations. You'll find large period properties in the Dartmouth area come at a cost, such as this 5-bedroom Georgian house, priced at £895,000. But Devon is perhaps best known for the thatched chocolate box cottages that lie scattered across its valleys. For a slice of this rural dream, you could buy this 4-bedroom cottage in Dartington for £475,000. A beautiful variety of different architectural styles, but will any of them please today's house buyers? Let's meet them. Tim, a retired IT consultant, and Mo live on the outskirts of Peterborough in Cambridgeshire and have been married for nearly 9 years.
We first met when we lived in the same road. In fact, we were opposite each other, and so we knew each other as friends. And then we really got together romantically when we did an amateur dramatics play together.
They've already sold their property and are living in a rented 4-bedroom detached house. They're keen to find their country home as quickly as possible.
Now's the right time for us to move because we've been in limbo for 3 to 4 years, and we very much want to live in in a rural situation. We used to live on a small farm in Northumberland, and we really loved the lifestyle there and the countryside.
Tim's love of country living goes hand in hand with his passion for traditional crafts.
When we had the farm in Northumberland, in order to maintain the property, I actually learned about dry stone walling and roofing and lime mortar pointing. I've gone on to do things like some stained glass work and furniture painting and upholstery, and that's the sort of thing I'd like to do more of.
Mo is also flexing her creative muscles as she's currently in the throes of writing a novel. However, with this move, she also wants to plough her energy into getting out and about with her dog, Jack.
Being able to run across the moor, for instance, instead of on the roads. And it would be lovely to maybe join a running group, and that would be a good way to sort of make friends and meet people as well.
And the moorland Mo has in mind is Dartmoor, as our buyers would like to settle down in South Devon. And this part of the country holds a special place in Tim's heart.
One of the reasons I've been drawn back to that area is because I grew up in Torbay. I thought one day I'd take Mo down and show her around again and see if it was an area that she liked. We had a little look at North Devon as well, but we found that the South Hams particularly
We just kind of fell in love with it.
Yeah, we just fell in love. You're surrounded by great beaches, and you can be on Dartmoor in 20-25 minutes.
It's the best of both worlds, really.
Knowing the area well and understanding its appeal to holidaymakers has inspired Tim to think of a business idea that could be run from home.
One of the things we have looked for quite actively is somewhere with some tourism potential. If we had somewhere that had a small holiday let that you could guarantee would be a regular income, then that would be a tremendous bonus. But whether it's that or a workshop and a different type of business, we're flexible.
Kind of open.
Tim and Mo appear to be perfectly poised to make the move. They just need to find the perfect house.
The budget for our move is £500,000. If it really had everything that we could possibly want, then we would be prepared to go a little bit higher.
Tim and Mo have asked us to keep our search as close as possible to their favourite area of South Hams. However, it's an expensive region, so it's certainly going to be a challenge to meet all the demands on their wish list. I caught up with them on Devon soil to find out more about the specifics of what they want in their next property. Welcome to Devon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful day.
It's
You've
been
brought
good.
lovely sunny weather. So you've been house hunting down here for 3 years, is that right?
Probably two years,
Yes,
seriously.
Seriously.
What exactly are you looking for in terms of spec for the house?
Well, we definitely want a period house, something with character and features and fireplaces and that sort of thing.
So how many bedrooms are you looking for?
Well, 3 minimum. But it's the downstairs space is really important to us because it's just the two of us. So it's kind of a bottom-heavy house would be good.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
with more preference on the kitchen, eating
Yes.
and lounge area.
Okay, so you also want outside space. How much outside space do you want?
An acre would be fantastic.
And in terms of outside, I mean, any outbuildings, anything you need there?
Yeah, that's certainly something I've been quite keen on, some unconverted outbuildings which had potential either to convert for holiday letting or use as a workshop, for example.
Okay, so you want 3 bedrooms, lots of outside space, outbuildings, and a big flowy kitchen dining room downstairs. And what's your budget?
Well, the budget is 500,000. We have a very small, if you like, contingency which we'd like to have, obviously, to do on the house.
Well, and the thing is, you do have a big, hefty budget, but South Hams really would pressurise that. And I'm sure you know. You've
Yes.
been everywhere.
Appreciate that,
Salcombe and on the coast, it's incredibly expensive. So we're going to push you a bit inland, I'm afraid, to be realistic, to get all the things that you want.
Okay.
Maybe take you to places you hadn't considered.
Right.
But we do have 3 very lovely houses to show
Good.
you.
Good.
No time like the present, let's go.
Let's go.
Tim and Mo have a preferred budget of £500,000, which they would increase to £550,000 for the perfect property. They would like a period home with character features, a large living area, a minimum of 3 bedrooms, plenty of land for their wildflower meadow, and outbuildings that they could convert to holiday lets and a workshop. We've carefully selected 3 properties that we hope will meet their expectations, and at each one I'll ask them to guess what the price is before I reveal it. The last in our lineup is the mystery property, which comes with a royal seal of approval. For our first house, we're heading to Liverton, about 13 miles north of the South Hams border. This small village offers our buyers every convenience they need on their doorstep, a post office and shop, along with a welcoming pub, which is a great place to meet the local community. Just down the road is our first property, which comes in the form of a traditional farmhouse. Come on in. House number 1.
It's lovely.
Very nice.
Lovely.
It's really, yeah, it is nice.
A nice garden.
You can see it was originally a sort of Devon long house. It's a long, thin house, and then it was extended and extended. And so you're in a little sort of enclave of properties. It's a real community.
Okay.
What are your first impressions of the actual building?
Yeah, it's got some nice character about it.
Yes, I mean, I love the thought of a Devon longhouse, having that history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's have a look inside.
Okay.
They've warmed to the setting and historic bones of this stone-built property, so let's see what they make of the interior. Come in. Round your head here.
Okay.
Straight into the kitchen diner.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it is quite wow, isn't it? They've
Gorgeous. Yeah.
really
gorgeous,
put a lot of work in here. They've done it about 2 years ago. It's almost brand new.
Beautiful size, isn't it? You know, so you've got.
Isn't it?
It's like the perfect layout with an island and then a table.
And a spot of the range
and
straight away as well.
and-
What's nice is because you've got around the corner there's a little utility room with all the white goods, you know,
Oh,
washing
right.
stuff, and a loo as well, so that's quite handy.
Yep.
And then these doors that sort of lead out into a very nice sort of terraced, actually decked area, big space where you can, you know, have your evening meals and
Yeah.
breakfast.
Definitely, it really does tick a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
So a round of applause for the kitchen, it seems.
Absolutely.
No drawbacks, no negatives.
No, good start.
Let's hope it continues into the sitting area. Let's go through here. Here we are. So obviously historically more of the same, the long, simple, rectangular space of the long house.
Yeah, but it's a nice size space.
like
With
it.
wood floor.
I like the fireplace.
Yeah,
And
great
the- and the
proper
wood
old
burner.
hearth.
Yeah.
A granite lintel across the top, which is
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, this feels
It's
more.
like a snuggle up in the winter.
Actually,
Nice door.
through the door is the original porch. So that would have been the original entrance.
Yep.
And they've got that sort of separated off as a dog room because they've got 3 Cocker Spaniels.
Okay.
So that could be
A jack room.
Jack's room.
Wow.
Tim and Mo are reacting quietly but positively to what they've seen so far. Long may that continue as we move upstairs. On the first floor there are 4 bedrooms, 3 of which are light, tastefully decorated and have use of the bright modern family bathroom. Time to see if their room measures up. And then tucked away at the end is the master.
Right. Okay. Not
Okay.
huge, but
They've put in a lot of fitted wardrobe
Yes.
and a little ensuite. So, yes, it's not huge.
Yes.
But I guess it's got an ensuite and it's next to the bathroom, so it's quite nicely placed.
Yeah, so you could have this end of the house.
Oh, it is beautifully done, isn't it? It's really.
Yes.
Land is important too. So if you excuse that, and I'll lead you out into your land. Overall, I'd say mixed reactions to this house. However, outside, along with the double garage, this property comes with an impressive parcel of land. And your land goes right up to this top fence, and then down into this paddock, and back down to the house.
But quite a lot.
It's 2.75 acres. And then you've got this. A beautiful purpose-built stable block, big size,
It's enormous.
overlooking the pond and the waterfall.
It's
quiet.
magic, isn't it?
It is.
So the long-term plan might be that you could convert this, subject to planning,
Yeah.
convert this into a holiday let.
Well, that would be perfect.
Bliss and lovely, but how much does it cost?
Good question. I think it would have to be 550.
Well, I was going to say a bit less than that, maybe 525.
Well, because of the land, it's actually a bit more. It's over your budget, I'm afraid. It's on at 565.
Okay, it's not
Okay.
it's not a surprise.
No.
I thought it was it could have been over our budget.
Yeah, I was
but-
just a bit hopeful.
So why don't you go and have a look around inside again, there's those bedrooms upstairs, and actually just wander around the land to get the lie of the land.
Yeah.
And I'll see you at the front, and then we can continue our tour.
OK, thank you.
Thank you.
Over budget at £565,000, this characterful farmhouse has perhaps served as a bit of a reality check for our buyers. It provides them with a fabulous kitchen diner, 2 3/4 acres of land and a stable block that could be converted into a holiday let.
It's a nice house, and coming through that first door into the kitchen, I thought that was a lovely first impression. That's definitely the kitchen family eating space that we were wanting. And the fact it's an old house as well. I mean, just seeing thick walls again, and you know, a few beams around just is ideal.
I think the master bedroom was maybe a bit smaller than I was hoping, but on the plus side it did have 4 bedrooms, so we could use one of the bedrooms as a dressing room, so it's got that possibility.
Quite read whether they like this property or not. Could go both ways. Still, we have other houses to show them. Hello.
Hello.
Hi again.
Got some thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I really like this.
Yes. It's a lot to think about with this one.
Cards close to your chest. Yeah. Let's go and see the second one. The drama of South Devon's coastline and moorlands has earned it protected status as an area of outstanding natural beauty. The coastal towns and villages here also possess a rich heritage. The area is home to over 1,200 listed buildings, and many of its villages and settlements date back to at least the 14th century. One such place is the vibrant fishing port of Brixham. In the Middle Ages, it was the largest fishing port in the southwest, as well as being a popular haunt for smugglers, particularly in the 18th and 19th centuries. One of the most infamous of these lawbreakers was Bob Elliott, also known as Resurrection Bob. Legends and tales of Bob and his cronies abound throughout the area. So, mindful that Tim and Mo have a background in amateur dramatics, we sent them to meet Laura Jury of the South Devon Players, a group of actors that specialise in adapting local history for the stage.
I hear that you're interested in amateur dramatics.
Well, yes, we're part of a drama group where we live, so tell me
Brilliant.
about yours.
We've been going since 2005. Since then, we've just been turning over mainly with plays about local history, because that's our speciality.
And where do you perform?
Really, one of our foci, for want of a better term, is bringing theatre to people that can't automatically or don't want to attend a formal theatre.
Right.
So they're more
Yes.
comfortable in a community setting.
Right.
Laura and some of the other players are acting out a short scene from their recent play, Resurrection Bob, and they've invited Tim and Mo to get involved. But first, they'll need to rehearse their roles.
I've had a little talk with the rest of the group. Bob Elliott and his lovely wife, Maria.
Oh, there we go.
Fewer lines, Bob, but you've got the big laugh.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
Bob's dead, and you ain't going to search here at a time like this. Shame on you.
It's Bob.
Fine evening, lads. Bob, oh my God!
It's time for the final curtain call, so Tim and Mo better climb into their costumes in time for Resurrection Bob to make a final appearance.
We have come to search the house.
Search? Did you not see the parson here earlier? Have you no heart at all? At a time like this, for shame.
We do, but it's my duty, Ma'am.
Nice evening, lads.
Bob! Oh my God!
How strange. They seemed quite chatty before.
What you put me through?
Well, it seems Tim and Mo are a bit of a hit in their own right. But let's hope we can leave the trouble and strife there, as our property hunt continues. For our second property, we're heading to the village of Horror-Bridge. Set in a charming riverside location on the doorstep of Dartmoor, the name means bridge on the boundary, very much in keeping with its position, which spans 4 parishes. The bridge itself is the oldest in West Devon, and the River Walkham that runs through here is famous for its salmon. Following the river to the outskirts of the village is where we find our stunning second property. So you have your own water that comes straight off the moor on what they call a leat.
Okay.
It's the local word for a brook. But this is the property I want to show you. All of it.
Oh, it's enormous.
Yeah.
And stone, which is lovely.
Yeah. Local granite cut from the land just behind. It's a beautiful property, I think. What are you? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Well, it looks fantastic.
And it's been renovated very extensively in the last 7 years. Right. But I know you're itching to get inside. Yes. And I'm itching to show you because it's a very interesting house. It's upside down, so we're going upstairs first.
Okay.
This house certainly has real stature from the outside, and inside holds some real surprises. Here we are.
That's a bit different,
Isn't it?
yes.
Very open plans, lovely.
Yes, I like the open plan.
It's a beautifully designed space, isn't it? It's engineered oak floors.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Do you love it?
I do love it.
Very different.
Yeah.
Is this your sort of style?
Yes. Well, it's what I'd like to be my style.
Yes.
I think that it's kind of unstructured. I like that about it.
So there's a space around there, which is the dining room. You've got a snug room down there, which could be an office or whatever you like. It's a nice big sitting room, which you can explore later. And I want to take you to the main sitting area. So mind the step.
Okay.
This is your sitting room.
Cool.
Could be.
It's another big room, isn't it? Lovely.
Another surprise, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't really tell whether you like it or not.
I think it's
Just-
really, really different. It's just not. I just wasn't expecting
genuinely
it.
surprised. No clues from the outside at all what was happening inside.
Exactly, yes. And there's lovely steps down into the garden. And these simple little fireplaces with the kind of log burners.
Yes, I like that over there. Yeah.
Could make it cosy, couldn't you?
Could you make it cosy though? I'm still not getting an idea whether you actually like it.
I really like it.
Oh, you really like it?
I do
You
really like it. I can sense that you don't really like it.
It's the upside down thing.
Well, there's a lovely garden room which we'll look at in a moment, but let's look downstairs since you mentioned the upside down.
Okay.
Mo clearly loves this house, but I'm sensing she's holding back as Tim tries to get his head around the topsy-turvy layout. As we head downstairs to see the 4 bedrooms, let's hope it all starts to make more sense. Again, mind the step. Lots of steps in this house. Yes. So you have 4 bedrooms downstairs, and you can feel the temperature is much cooler down here because you've got slate floors throughout, although it has underfloor heating downstairs.
Yes, lovely.
And they've got this very interesting sort of oak panels, these walls made of huge, wide panels of oak.
I've never seen that before.
This one's got an ensuite, and there's another room which is probably a bit bigger that also has an ensuite. This is the sunniest.
Okay.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Well, it's very, very individual.
Is it one that did it immediately grab you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we go. So now I'm understanding. So it really grabbed you, but you're not so sure.
No, I'm saying it's actually I like it. It's just getting used to it again.
But maybe you should go outside because then maybe you can get the whole gist of the house. From the back, it sort of makes more sense. Let's have a look. It's beautiful gardens. Tim still seems stunned by the style and unconventional layout. On this floor, there are 2 other bedrooms, one of which also has an ensuite, and there's a well-decorated family bathroom. Time to head outside and take a view on everything it offers. So if you come here, you can get a better understanding of how the house works.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, actually, and you can appreciate the building better, I think, from this side.
So this is the garden room that they've just put on. It's a recent addition.
Very nice. Good addition, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
And you've got quite a substantial garden. It stretches quite long that way, along this fence here, and into a bit of that woodland there. And there is the option, if you're interested, of buying 7 acres of land just beyond there, which is a really lovely bit of pasture land, paddock.
Right.
Okay.
Let's talk money. I mean, how much do you think just this garden and the property is?
I'd say 540.
What about you, Tim?
I'm probably going to go higher this time and say 575.
575. Well, if you split the difference, this is on the market for 550.
All right. Okay.
So this is just right at the top of your budget.
Yep.
But there is also when we came in, you probably didn't see it because you were too enthralled by the main event, but behind you there was a sort of stable block double garage, which could, with the planning office, you could perhaps think about converting into a workroom or maybe a holiday let.
Okay, possibly.
Further down the line.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But why don't you go and have a look at the land behind you? That might tempt you to put that into your negotiations.
Yes.
Yes.
And then have a look a bit more around the house and this garden, and I'll see you at the front.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's around there, the gate's just around there. Okay. Wow. Did you know whether they liked it or not? I had no clue. It was a very, very ambiguous walk round. I think Mo really liked it. I'm not so sure about Tim, and I'm not sure who has the casting vote. I know that I liked it, so I'm hoping that it grows on them. Priced at £550,000, this property comes in on budget and delivers on many fronts. It gives them a large open-plan living area with oak beams throughout, 4 bedrooms, 2 with an ensuite, stables which could be converted into a workshop for Tim, and the opportunity to buy 7 acres of additional land.
Oh, this is a lovely addition, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah. It's good size, isn't it? You can get a proper table or sofas in here.
And what's nice is that you can come out of the kitchen and then sort of flow through to the garden. This property is hard to gauge from the outside. When I first walked in, my impression was one of space and light, and it was just very, very unusual. I loved the feel of it straight away. I think this is quite romantic in a way, so, you know, maybe it's telling me something about what appeals to me personally, my taste.
This is beyond the boundary, I would have said, of where we were looking. It is definitely not in the South Hams. Having said that, we've always said that if we found the perfect house, then you'd stop and you'd weigh up your priorities again. And I think this is one of those houses.
Hello.
Hello.
I've come to collect you.
Yes.
All done here.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a little time to rest and reflect on what you've seen.
Okay.
As the sun sets over the Devon coastline, it marks the end of a thought-provoking first day's house hunting. With a maximum budget of £550,000, Tim and Mo from Peterborough in Cambridgeshire are keen to head to South Devon, where Tim spent his childhood. Mindful that they're after a country home with land and outbuildings, our 2 properties so far included a traditional longhouse bursting with period features which they loved. But when it came to House 2, Tim couldn't quite get his head around the upside-down layout. But will the mystery house give them a fresh perspective?
That is a special view, isn't it?
You know, it's like a picture.
And I discover how this native breed of pony plays such an important part in conserving Devon's landscape. It was really interesting yesterday to see Tim and Mo rub up against each other a little bit about house number 2, because it seems that maybe they have different visions of what their dream house here in Devon is, and that might explain why they've been 3 years searching for it. The other factor is Tim's memories of his childhood holidays down by the sea. He really wants a location that's close to the coast in South Hams, but in our search we just haven't found it in their budget. So for the mystery house we're going to shake things up just a little bit more by putting them right in the middle of another Devon tourist attraction and putting some flesh on the bones of their dream of a holiday let. You have been hunting for a long time, and where you ideally want to live is very expensive. I mean, you've talked about compromise, but are you willing to compromise on the location?
When it came down to it, location was pretty much the crunch for us. We'd be prepared to perhaps compromise on other things to be in the right area.
And so what other things would you compromise on?
I think that's just the unknown, and it's hard, you know, you can't really prescribe because no two houses are the same.
The nearest substantial town to our mystery house is Ashburton. Set on the edge of Dartmoor, this vibrant community is home to a range of historic buildings which house many independent retailers, such as this fish deli run by Nick Legg. So how long's the deli been open?
9 years now. Yeah.
And is it a lot of sort of new folk moving into the area?
Yes, I reckon the last 4 or 5 years I've really noticed that. I mean, it is a nice lifestyle here. I mean, there's great things to do. And so, yeah, it's attracting a lot of people.
So what's the best thing about living in Ashburton?
I think it's just a fantastic setting here. You're close to the moor, you're close to the sea. Last night, I finished work, went home, kayak on the top of the car. 20 minutes, we were fishing in the sea. It's lovely, you know.
Is this something you caught last night?
One of those were, yes.
Really?
It was not as big as I'd like, but that one there I caught last night off our kayak.
Yes.
We really are blessed with fantastic projects.
Come here.
Yes.
Come here, please do, yeah.
I'm going to have to whisk them off to a secret destination.
Well,
Thank you very much, Nick.
Yeah,
lovely to see you.
Good luck.
You may see these faces again.
Come again.
Yes, brilliant.
Enjoy your fishy day.
Cheers, bye.
And 7 miles from lively Ashburton is our substantial mystery house, which combines home and holiday let. So this is the mystery house. So you know the spot?
Yes, I'm familiar with it. It's right next door to Badger's Holt, which is a lovely little stretch of river, but with a very popular cream tea venue. And of course, it's on quite a busy road.
But let's see if the inside will win you over.
Okay.
They may have initial reservations about its position, but I have a feeling that once they explore inside our mystery property, they'll have a whole different view on it. Now, I know you're not mad keen on upside-down living, so I want to reassure you that there is actually living space downstairs, but I think the killer view is up here. Here we have it.
That is a view.
That is, isn't it?
This is the reason we brought you here,
Yes.
so we might as well come here first.
Okay.
Yes, it's lovely.
That is a special view, isn't it?
So this is built on top of the long granite stone house underneath.
Okay.
So this was a later addition. You can see these very high vaulted ceilings and this beautiful bay window looking down to Badger's Holt there.
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. It's it's like a picture.
It is a
I
picture,
guess.
absolute picture window, yeah.
I like this room.
They originally had the whole house as a B&B. So they had the downstairs really with a kind of guest lounge, and this was their private lounge.
Yeah.
But you could sort of do whatever you like here. You could make this the work room, you could make this the summer sitting room. Because downstairs you've got a big dining room and a big sitting room with sort of big granite fireplaces.
Right.
Right.
It's kind of our sort of house, really.
It feels like the right style of property.
Those breathtaking views have swept aside some concerns about location. As we're already upstairs, I'm going to show them one of the bedrooms, which also takes in that astounding scenery. It's sort of more of the same, really, but you kind of expect it in this house that when you wake up,
Yes.
you open the curtains and you see the view.
Gosh.
Absolutely, yes. Well, it's a great view again.
So it has four bedrooms, 3 really good size, sort of all this size, and all with en suites, and then one small bedroom that's just a sort of box room or a guest room, and then a family bathroom.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
So obviously because of its legacy as a B&B.
B&B, yeah.
Yes.
So still that option applies, I guess. Yep.
Definite possibility, yes.
Well, there may be other options.
Okay. Interesting.
Let's have a peek in the kitchen.
Okay.
I am such a tease. The mood has definitely lifted, though, and I think they're starting to see the merits of our mystery house. So we're downstairs now in the kitchen.
The kitchen, yes.
This is a proper country kitchen.
Proper country kitchen, yes.
Good size.
So is this sort of what you're looking for in the kitchen?
Yes, I mean, this is very much almost a perfect size. Absolutely. I think this is great size.
Yeah, it feels very spacious.
Okay, so inside's getting good points.
Yes.
Location is a problem. I appreciate that.
A little bit.
So you might be wondering, did they bring us here for the kitchen or the view? Well, the twist of the mystery house is actually outside in the garden. So.
Okay.
This property is set in a plot of around 1/4 of an acre, all wrapped up in spectacular scenery. But it's not the views that are going to catch their eye this time. So look what's in the back garden.
Yes.
It's your own stone-built cottage. Holiday let.
Holiday let. Up and running? Or?
Up and running.
Right.
All ready to roll, in fact. They're going to sell it with all the furniture inside.
Okay.
So you've got a kitchen diner downstairs and a big sort of living, sleeping area upstairs.
Right.
It's booked all year round.
Yep.
This looks great though, doesn't it?
That's beautiful.
And again, woodland that goes all the way down to the river's edge.
Yes.
In fact, you and Prince Charles are the only people that have fishing rights on that stretch of the river. I'm just saying, it's the way it is.
Hey.
We can share fishing tips.
Excellent. And then a single garage,
Okay.
which you could perhaps turn into your workshop.
Could use that as well, yes.
But first, how much do you think this whole little parcel costs?
Oh,
Very difficult.
I'm going to say 510.
Possibly 535.
Okay. Well, the two of you have been very consistent. You've always been straddling the price. It's actually on the market for 525.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Obviously, with a little bit of room to manoeuvre, but
Yes.
it's a very different offering. That's why it's the Mystery House. And
Completely.
as I say, why don't you have a look inside and see whether you're getting your money's worth in there?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
On the market for £525,000, our mystery property certainly comes with some surprise elements. The vaulted living room has the most spectacular views. There's a spacious kitchen diner, 4 bedrooms, 3 with ensuite, and there's a 2-bedroom detached barn that's already a successful up-and-running holiday let.
Well, I think this is a lovely house. Very much the sort of style and period we like. I think the best thing about this house is the views. The views are amazing from virtually every window. It's really beautiful. The most obvious downside is the road. Having said that, that can be a plus if you're trying to do something with tourists.
As far as the holiday let side goes, I was delighted actually when I saw that, and it's probably the biggest grin I've had, I think, since we've been looking. I think it's very good in terms of offering good business, but the downside is that it will be very noisy and very busy, probably all year round.
Okay, so we've seen all the properties. Time now to gather our thoughts and think about what you've seen.
Okay.
Come with me. Devon is largely a rural county, and at its heart is Dartmoor, 370 square miles of rugged, heather-covered moorland with national park status. As well as the tors, moors and bogs of Dartmoor, the national park is also home to a unique indigenous breed of animal, the Dartmoor pony. Moorland ponies are an integral part of this landscape. As well as drawing in visitors, they play a vital role in grazing the moor and maintaining its character. I've come to meet Drew Butterfield of the Dartmoor Heritage Pony Trust to find out more about these endearing animals and the threats they face. So talk me through the model. What are we looking at here as a prime Dartmoor pony?
Yeah, this is a very typical example of a Dartmoor. His colour, he's a bay, which means he's kind of brown on the top, and then his mane and tail and the legs are black. And they are iconic to the area. You can trace Dartmoors back 3,500 years. There's been ponies on Dartmoor that long, right back to the Bronze Age. If you come forward to 350 years ago, they were used in the tin mines, they were used to pull the tin ore out, and then they were used as pack ponies. Ponies are the one animal that stay out on the moor right the way through the year, and they are our organic scrub cutters. What the ponies do is create this different level of habitats, which is ideal for invertebrates, and particularly the fritillary butterfly. But the Dartmoor pony is currently under threat.
The purebred Dartmoor.
The purebred Dartmoor on Dartmoor is actually an endangered species. So that's why we exist. And if we don't do something about it now, then that is a potential issue that we really could lose a very important part of our cultural heritage. So our charitable objectives are to support the pony keepers, which in turn means we keep the Dartmoor pony on Dartmoor.
I'm now heading out onto the moors to meet Hannah Fursden, one of the pony keepers. Now, you are a pony keeper.
Yes.
Now, just explain a bit about what that actually means.
Well, we basically live on Dartmoor. We are commoners of Dartmoor, and as a result, we have the certain rights to put our animals on the common. And we've got the ponies out, and they're all well managed. There's a drift every year where they all come in, and that's where we really do a lot of the worming and the hoof work. Just give them a full MOT.
Now, Drew was explaining how the ponies are good for the landscape. They go through the bracken, but presumably you as a keeper are also interested in selling them.
Yes, of course, we handle all of our foals to give them a good foundation of training.
Handling is like sort of breaking them in.
Yes, it means that they can then go on and have a good ridden career as a riding pony.
So the idea of this work is really to maintain a good breeding stock of purebred Dart.
Yes, yeah, well, I mean, we were very selective when we bought all of our mares and our stallion to make sure that we got the best possible when we started breeding.
If this wasn't here, if you weren't doing the work, what was the worst case scenario?
Well, you probably would lose the population of Dartmoor ponies on Dartmoor. It's important to kind of keep the Dartmoor pony on Dartmoor because of the ecology here.
Thank you very much, really fascinating. A very pleasant afternoon with my four-legged friends here on Dartmoor, but time now to find out how our two-legged friends, Tim and Mo, are faring in their decision-making about the houses that we showed them. So our week in Devon's drawing to a close. The first house, did you not feel that we'd given you your dream home?
You walk into that house and the kitchen is so knockout. That's an immediate fantastic impression.
Yeah, I think the fact that it was done to a very high standard was very impressive, and you couldn't help but like that immediately.
Yes. And the stable block.
The stable block.
Yes, not just did it have acres, you know, you went up and there was an amazing stable block with all that sort of potential.
So we went further west and gave you a possibility of lots of land and a very interesting house, the second house. What are your thoughts about that today?
Well, that was where we came apart a bit.
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
I thought the interior of that house was lovely. Just had really something about it that appealed to me.
I did feel straight away that it was a very individual house, but I'm afraid it was just the location, because as much as I might like the house, and we did like the house, definitely, I think I said it grew on me as we were there. Mm-hmm. But you're still then considering your distances from the other things which you're looking to do.
And what about the mystery house?
Well, that's really interesting because it's got so much potential. We could do B&B, and there's that holiday let which is all sort of set up and ready to go. And it is a really lovely house as well. Every room is nice, the views are fantastic.
Yeah, the actual age and fabric of the actual house is absolutely perfect for me. That's what I like.
But there's always a but. It usually starts. The next sentence begins with location.
Yes. I think if it was just set back off the road and a little quieter, then we would be very likely talking about the house purchase here.
Well, it's been really interesting showing you around, and I really hope that it does work out. I mean, it's a tough nut to crack, but I really hope that it happens.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your help.
Oh, pleasure.
Thank you.
Challenging Tim and Mo's love affair with the South Hams has proved more tricky than I thought. We gave them beautiful houses, we gave them lots of land, and we gave them a holiday let. But in the end, it was location that they wanted, and that defeated us. Still, I hope that they prove us wrong and find very quickly what they were looking for. And I hope that you join us next time for more Escape to the Country. And if you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.